The Milky Way and Andromeda galaxies are two of the largest galaxies in the local group, a collection of more than 50 galaxies. The Milky Way and Andromeda are both spiral galaxies, meaning they have a flat disk with a bulge in the center and spiral arms that contain young stars, gas, and dust. For many years, scientists have been studying the movement of these two galaxies and have determined that they are on a collision course. In fact, it is estimated that in about 4 billion years, the Milky Way and Andromeda will collide and eventually merge into one giant galaxy. But what if this collision were to happen in 2023? How would it impact our solar system and planet? Let's take a look at some of the possible scenarios. One of the first things to consider is the gravitational impact of the collision. The Milky Way and Andromeda have a combined mass of about 1.5 trillion suns, which means that the gravitational forces involved in this collision are enormous. It's possible that this collision could cause a massive shift in the positions of stars within the two galaxies, disrupting their orbits and potentially even flinging some of them out into the void of space. This could also have an effect on our own solar system, potentially altering the orbits of the planets and even putting them in jeopardy of being ejected from the Milky Way altogether. The next thing to consider is the potential for new star formation. When two galaxies collide, it can cause a burst of new star formation. This is because the collision can cause gas and dust within the galaxies to come together and collapse, triggering the birth of new stars. While this may sound like a positive outcome, it could also have a downside. The intense radiation and powerful winds from these new stars could potentially strip the planets of their atmospheres, making them uninhabitable. Additionally, the increased amount of stars could also increase the likelihood of a supernova exploding within our own galaxy, which would release a massive amount of radiation that could potentially harm life on Earth. The final thing to consider is the possibility of black holes merging. Both the Milky Way and Andromeda have supermassive black holes at their centers. When the two galaxies collide, it's possible that these black holes could also merge, creating an even more massive black hole. This could have a profound impact on the surrounding stars and gas, potentially altering their orbits and causing even more disruption within the merged galaxy. It's also possible that this massive black hole could emit powerful jets of radiation that could potentially harm life on any nearby planets. While a collision between the Milky Way and Andromeda in 2023 is not a likely scenario, it's still important to consider the potential consequences. This is because it highlights the importance of studying and understanding the movements of galaxies and the potential impacts that these movements can have. By continuing to observe and learn about these celestial bodies, we can gain a better understanding of the universe and our place within it. In conclusion, the collision between the Milky Way and Andromeda galaxies is an event that will happen eventually, but hopefully not in our lifetimes. While it's impossible to know exactly what will happen when these two galaxies collide, it's clear that the impact could be profound and potentially even catastrophic. However, by continuing to study these celestial bodies and their movements, we can gain a better understanding of the universe and the potential impact that events like this can have on our solar system and planet.